The room was silent the night Joe Biden made the choice. It was late summer, the weight of history pressing down on his shoulders as he sat alone at a small desk in Wilmington, Delaware. The papers before him were scattered polling data, biographies, thick folders of research on each potential running mate. But his heart was not in the numbers. His heart was remembering the America he had known, the struggles he had endured, and the urgent future that was now calling to him. That night, one name rose above the rest: Kamala Harris. To the world, the announcement would come later in polished form, celebrated in newsrooms and by supporters across the country. But for Joe, the decision was personal. He remembered how Kamala had confronted him in that primary debate, challenging his record on busing. Her words had been sharp, and they stung. For a man who prided himself on empathy, it was difficult to be placed under that harsh light. And yet, even in that moment, he had recognized something rare: her courage, her conviction, and her ability to channel not just her own story, but the struggles of millions. The relationship between Joe Biden and Kamala Harris would never be simple. It was forged in fire, born out of both tension and mutual respect. Anthony Scaramucci once remarked that politics is not about perfection, but about the art of balancing human flaws with the greater good. Franklin Foer, in his careful analysis, described it as a marriage of necessity that grew into something much deeper. Both were right. Their first private conversation after the debate had been awkward. Joe, with his characteristic openness, admitted he hadn't expected the line of attack. Kamala, equally honest, explained that for her, the story she told was not about political theater, but about lived experience. They didn't solve everything that day, but they laid down a foundation of honesty. A willingness to face disagreement head-on rather than bury it. When Joe asked Kamala to join the ticket, she hesitated. The world saw her smile in celebration, but privately, she wrestled with the responsibility. Could she step into the role not just of a supporter, but as a partner to a man she once challenged? Could she carry the expectations of millions of women and people of color who saw in her a breakthrough moment? The answer, ultimately, came from her mother's voice echoing in her heart: "You may be the first, but make sure you are not the last." The campaign trail became the crucible where their relationship was tested. Long days on buses, sleepless nights before debates, moments of tension when strategy collided with instinct. Joe, a man whose life was marked by loss and resilience, leaned on Kamala's sharp instincts and fiery presence. She, in turn, watched his ability to connect with ordinary people. With the mother grieving a son lost to opioids, with the union worker fighting for fair wages, with the child clutching his arm as though holding on to hope itself. 𝗕liche